Hello, I'm Adam.
I'm Samira.
And I'm Holly, and we're part of the Careers and Placements team here at Aston.
In this series, we'll be talking through some best practice in terms of preparing for interviews. After watching these videos, you should have a whole host of tips to help you improve your interview technique. Some of the key questions we'll be looking at is what skills are employers asking for? What types of interviews do employers use? And what format or techniques can I use to help me prepare for interview?
Before we begin, it's really important to remember that every job is different. So whether you're going for a tech role, a research role, teaching, finance, ensure that you are doing the relevant research for each type of job. And of course, the interviewer wants to know what makes you different, what makes you stand out. So you've got to make sure that is really apparent in your interview too.
So when you're preparing for an interview, there's two important things to prepare for. So you need to prepare to answer questions around yourself, but also answer questions relating to the employer as well. So when preparing to answer the ones about yourself, it's really useful to go back over the application that you submitted for that particular role to remind yourself why you wanted it in the first place and what you've already told the employer in that application. But it's also really useful to go back through any specific scenarios that you might want to use in particular interview questions, so you can show the employers what is interesting and unique about yourself, but also to remind yourself about your motivations for the role. And then in order to answer questions around why that employer, make sure to go back over any research that hopefully you would have done for your initial application and maybe top it up with any extra research, but remind yourself about the specifics of why you want to work for that employer. Try not to rely on any general information about them and try to pick out things that are interesting about them, but also maybe aligned with the values that you have or things that you find particularly interesting about them. For more information on this topic and to access all of the great resources that we have, please look at the links in the description.